Hey guys, MRT SRT here with another upload, the one that I have been wanting to do now for like 9 months, it seems like. The time has finally come. I've gotten an exhaust. I got a great company, MRT. They finally got me hooked up. I'm a brand ambassador for them now, and they sent me out a kit, and it's time to get it installed on the Durango. So in this upload, we're gonna go over the installation, basically, of taking out the old one, putting in the new one, and we're gonna see exactly how easy it is to put in and see if it takes 90 minutes or less according to MRT. And then we'll go from there. So enjoy the video, guys. And if there's some weird editing in there, I'm just trying to trim it down for time. So just bear with me, but have fun, enjoy the video. Let's get at it. All right, guys, so we are now under the bottom here. And just to kind of show you guys what we're gonna be doing, here is the, what is that, transfer case that we're looking at right here. Of course, you got your cats back here, whatnot. And then of course right here is where the couplers are at. And then there's my Hpipe, which is right here. So what we're gonna be doing, obviously I'm cutting this all out. Go ahead and follow it down here. You guys can see it. Goes out here to the resonators. And we're just gonna go ahead and take that whole bad boy system out right here. But just so you guys can see the before here of everything, here's your tips. All right. And we'll just follow it down. And that's it, man. So we're gonna replace that and we're gonna go from there. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so we went ahead and got the MRT box opened up. Sorry, I didn't film that. We just want to get this going. You can see everything. So we took everything out, kind of laid it out here, just to kind of get the idea of the layout of the system. And I can tell you right now, the quality on these is extremely good. The welds, everything looks good. The brackets are awesome. So these are what's going around the spare tire. You can see the bracket there, and then here's the middle of the system with the Hpipe right in between there. And then you got your two brackets there that'll go up, which will go in these brackets right here before it goes up to the flanges up there. So just to kind of show you guys what's going on, we're gonna go from this Hpipe here and we're gonna go into the Hpipe. So we got it all laid out. We're gonna go ahead and now take out the old exhaust and go from there. All right, guys, stay tuned. All right, we're now taking off the rear resonators here. We already got the tips off. You can see one there. We also have the other tip right there. So we're just working on getting this off here. It's proven to be just a little difficult, but we're figuring it out as we go along, guys. We'll just keep you along for the ride. Those are what, spring clamps?
Yeah, the springs keep tension on the seals.
Gotcha.
13 millimeters.
13 millimeter bolt?
Yes, sir. Nut.
That's the good side, guys. Here's the one off the dope. Get that one nut. Now, as far as the welding work from this last guy with the Hpipe, what do you think? Looks a little...
Ain't do too bad.
Not bad. Right here, I think is the worst. because I did have a slight, you know, drippage right in this area, but not bad.
We're gonna take these bolts off right here.
Okay.
Those and those two, just to let this come down. We can just slide
Just
these.
those 2 bolts right there.
Those 2 there, and these 2 here, so we can let it hang, pull these off real easy.
There you go.
We don't have to fight it. Knock that off.
Oh yeah, look at that. Hanger just comes right off. Nice and simple. On each side. Sal's gonna put it back up here where it was.
The 2 bolts right
Here's
here.
Here's the bolt. And all they were was just attached right up top over here
Yeah.
with 2 bolts. All I did was take that out and then the hanger just slid right off. And he did the same thing from over here. You can see right here the 2 bolt holes where they were at. Sorry, I thought I was recording this earlier, guys, so I'm sorry for that. So anyway, also too, we took off the spring nut bolts, tensioners that keep the seals here, and those are 13 millimeter, according to Sal. So you guys just need to do that to release the tension, and you do that on both sides. And then we did the hanger. So now the exhaust, for the most part, is kind of just resting a little bit more on those, and on the little brace we got right here holding it. So, all right, stay tuned for some more. All right, guys, coming back at you here. We're chugging along here. We've already got one of the resonators off. Now, the driver's side, resonator side here, does have a little bit of a clamp system that's able to slide off, just so that way when you loosen that, it's easier to get the whole exhaust system off. The passenger side does not have that. As you can see, it's pretty much all one pipe to the resonator right there. But the driver's side does have that spot where you can take it off individually, just so you can loosen it for the exhaust system, for maintenance, taking it off, all that good stuff. So as you can see here, we now have the resonator loose. The exhaust pretty much is free, other than right here in the clamps with these nuts just holding it. So this thing's pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off here for just a second, and we'll get this down and go from there. All right, guys, so we just got the exhaust down. I had to help Sal here real quick take it off. And as you can see, we got it laying down over there. We've got the one resonator still on over there. And we got it all the way taken off. I'll get a close-up of here in just a little bit. I just want to show you here. It is all off. And what Sal is doing right now is that they came with these little collectors to do for the spring tensioning, all that good stuff. He's just getting those on right now and adjusted. He's not tightening them down. He's just getting them finger tight to get them adjusted. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and hook up the Hpipe here and get it going and going on there as well. So everything's going good so far. All right, stay tuned for more. All right, guys, so now we're getting the middle, I guess, part you can call it with the Hpipe in it. That's where the yellow brace is holding it right now. And right now we're just getting the pit and the hangers here adjusted and matching up here the pipes. And then we'll go ahead and put the little clamps around it, tie it in. So far so good. It's lining up pretty good right over here. All right. going for a fitment. Just doing for fitment.
Yeah.
For align it, yeah. And what size bolts are those?
These are actually, the socket for these is 13.
13 millimeter still?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. So just to follow up what we're doing, we did get the Hpipe set system here lined up with the hangers. We did have to do some little adjustments, which is to be called for and stuff like this. It happens. But just so you guys know, just make sure you get everything lined up right and just play with it a little elbow grease and some patience just to make sure everything lines up, and you'll be good to go and get it all lined up. So now what we're doing, now that the Hpipe part of it is on, we're now working with the under axle piping now here. Sal has already gotten on the passenger side one for the most part, and he is now getting the left-hand side down here. We're just trying to getting it over the piping. As you can see, the pipe just kind of goes over the other part here. No welding. It just slides over, and then of course we got the band clamps right there that'll just slide over to tighten it up. And so like right now, we're just trying to check fitment out. As of right now, a lot of you are asking as well. We have not had to take out the spare tire. The system does fit with the skirt, with the spare tire still on, at least as of right now. Once we get everything lined up though and buttoned up, then we'll figure out for sure. But as of right now, the removal of the spare tire is not necessary. And this is where we're currently at. All right. All right, now we're getting the muffler parts on. Alright guys, and for the most part, obviously not everything's tightened down. For the most part, the exhaust system is in. So we got that side in, and we got that one in. So we're gonna do some final adjustments here, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like after it's done. Alright. Alright guys, coming back at you just to let you know. So here's the old exhaust. Came off the collectors, and here's the Hpipe. Right. The welds weren't all that great that I had it done from the guy. From there, branched out, and that was the passenger side, and that's the driver's side, which is over here. Because like I told you, they align it so that way you can take it off for ease of removal. But that's the old exhaust. Just so you guys can see now what the old exhaust was that I'm currently selling, what it looked like. And now we have the new one, which is right here. So as you guys can see, got the nice MRT mufflers right here. We got it aligned just right using the factory hangers. Here's the other side. As you can see, MRT. Got that one lined up pretty good. As we go down, it does go around the skirt here of the spare tire. Now, just a little FYI that we did notice though, is that with the bigger 3-inch piping, it is extremely close to the skirt here, to the point where it's probably going to touch. The heat from that could possibly melt that plastic a little bit. So we're going to keep an eye on that in the next coming weeks and months as I test this out more. This side isn't as bad. There's a little more of a gap, as you can probably see there, but it's still very close. So when MRT does say that the spare tire may need to be removed, that is probably the reason why, is that you may not need to remove it. But what you can do is you can put like a little heat wrap around here so you can save the plastic skirt. Or the other option would be just to take the skirt off completely and then take your spare out. Or you can just leave the spare in, but then the heat from the exhaust could warm up that rubber there and wear it out over time, which is why the skirt is there in the first place. So just keep that in mind when you get the exhaust and you're wondering if you need to take out the spare tire or not. As of right now, you don't, but possibly down the road, it may or may not cause some issues, so just keep that in mind. Anyway, as it comes off the skirt here, guys, as you can see, nice opening. It goes around the rear differential here. And then here we got the two clamps where they collect. Good welding job here to put the two pipes together to keep them straight. And then here is the H-over crossover part going between the two pipes here. And then from there, it just spreads out. And then we go into one collector right here, which goes back to the cats. Then you got the other one, the same thing. And as you can see here, I still have the cats on. I have not touched those. I have not modified those at all. They are still right here. And everything looks good to go. I'm just doing another look over on the bottom of the car. Everything still looks pretty good underneath. Some of you were wondering what these things were that hang down in the front. And by the looks of it, it's just, they can be removed. There's just a couple screws right here you can take off. But what it does is that it takes the air and redirects that air into here to cool down the braking in the back. So for those who were wondering what those things are in the front, that's what they are. All right, other than that, here's the tranny, here's the front axle differential for your all-wheel drive. But anyway, guys, that's it. The exhaust is in, it is aligned, and it is good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and lower it down and listen to it start. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and do a startup here with the new exhaust. Let's see how it sounds. No special microphones right now, just the iPhone camera, but let's hear how it sounds. Ready? There's your first official startup. All right, guys, so I am doing my first drive with the new MRT exhaust. I apologize, it's gonna be a little dark here because it is nighttime now. I did have to do this in the evening time, but listen to that sucker. Oh my gosh, my first initial impression, especially the startup, it is a lot deeper tone. It's not so it's not even raspy at all. There's like no rasp, there's no gurgle or no growl, like a high mid growl. I think you guys know what I mean when I say that. It's got a really nice deep low tone. It is, oh my gosh. So right now I have the sunroof open. I got my windows down. I got that one partially down. And I'm gonna come to this light here, I think, and I'll see if I can do a quick little pull here. Oh man. Oh my gosh, it sounds really good, guys. It does. I'm barely on the throttle right now, and I'm going 46. There's like no drone. I'm in 6th gear at 2,000 RPM. There is like no drone right now at all. I'll kind of shut up here a little bit, that way you guys can kind of hear it, but it's a very low bass. It's very nice sounding. It's very deep. It's got a really, really nice idle sound to it. And just so you guys know, I'm in my custom mode. These are my settings. So everything's warmed up as far as the motor. Once I take my turn here, I'll kind of floor it a little bit. And then here we go right now. Wow. It's great, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down for now and enjoy. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick little dig for you. We're gonna see how this sounds.